A man who carried his disabled mother to safety from the top floor of Grenfell Tower has claimed 35 or 40 people came up thinking they would be rescued by a helicopter but all died. Mrs Neda and his mother Flora, 55, were the only survivors from the 23rd floor after the pair raced through smoky corridors strewn with bodies to safety. Mr. Neda said many residents came up to their floor during the blaze, claiming they had been ordered to do so by firefighters to prepare for a helicopter rescue. The London Fire Brigade insists it does not use helicopters to conduct rescues during high-rise tower fires. Mr. Neda was widely praised for his heroic actions during the Grenfell Tower tragedy. His mother had collapsed after inhaling fumes as the blaze surged upwards, engulfing the block of flats. The engineering graduate wasted no time and gripped his mother by the arm, threw her over his shoulder, and completed the gruelling 240 feet descent to safety. After fleeing the building down the smoke-filled stairwell, both Mrs. Neda and her son lapsed into a coma in hospital. Tragically, Farhad's father, Saber, 57, a taxi driver, died after remaining on the top floor. Mr. Neda, 24, believes his father, who jumped from the building, stayed behind to help other neighbors. He told Channel 4 News that as he trampled over bodies in the stairwell to escape, he said to his mother, "It's just the fire brigade's hoses that we're stepping on." They gulped fresh air from a 2 or 3 foot high air pocket underneath the smoke as they made their way down to stay alive, something he describes as a miracle. After waking from an induced coma, he discharged himself from hospital to find his missing father. But he was told the 57-year-old taxi driver had died in the fire and that injuries were consistent with a fall from a height. In the interview to be broadcast tonight, Mr. Neda says he got home with his mother and father only 30 minutes before the fire started. He said, "We got ready for bed, and my mum came in saying there was a sort of burning smell. We didn't think much of it, because the fire alarms weren't going off, and we couldn't see the fire at all from the side, because I believe the fire started from the other side of the building." While we were in the flat, we were on the phone to other neighbors that had already made it out of the building, or my school friends that lived around the tower. They were right next to the fire brigade, and I asked them, "What's the fire brigade instructing us to do?" And they were just telling us they're on their way up. "They'll come and get you soon. Just stay in your flats. But then we saw our neighbors from downstairs running up, looking worried, banging on the doors, telling everyone to get out. And when we asked them what was going on, they said there's a fire and there's no way out." So that's the first we heard. His mother Flora said 35 or 40 people came up and they said the fire brigade told us you have to go up and we sent for you helicopter rescue. One of the Iranian ladies who took refuge in her flat spoke to her own son who said that he wanted to come take her away. She replied that this was not necessary as the helicopter was coming to take them away. Flora said she tried to persuade her husband Saber, 57, to leave with them. I called to him so many times to keep away from the window. He was standing and watching the fire, she said. And then my son took my hand and said, "Mom, you have to leave here." I called my husband and said, "Let's go." He said, "I'm behind you." And then we started walking and we went into the fire. The corridor was full of fire. We couldn't see anything. I went back and I said, "I'm not going, I'm scared." I called to my husband, but he didn't answer. I wanted to go back from the staircase to the flat to find him, but he didn't answer me. My son didn't allow me to go back. Too many people fell down. Too many people died. But we kept going down. A public inquiry into the Grenfell Tower disaster, which killed at least 80 people, starts tomorrow. Tonight, a London Fire Brigade spokesperson told Channel 4 News the Grenfell fire was an unprecedented fire, and due to the ongoing investigations we cannot go into details of what happened on the night. That said, we can confirm that we do not use helicopters to conduct rescues from